not a real cigarette.
What?
It's electronic. It delivers the same amount of nicotine, but the smoke is water vapor. Yeah, what? LED light.
That's somewhat disappointing.
Would you rather have me smoking for real?
I would rather you be a man who did exactly as he pleased.
Ah, E-Cigarette, the savior. And that movie really put vaping back into the limelight, didn't it? Hey folks, we were all ex-smokers, right? 25 years here. How about you? I knew that. Now all along that smoking journey, we knew that smoking was out to kill us. And no matter what we did, it was impossible to quit. This one, I went cold turkey with the first drop. I know many of you did. But the general masses don't believe such. Especially our government. They think otherwise. Now in this video, let me debunk such 10 myths wrongly appropriated to the e-cigarette. Hey, you're still smoking, just that you're smoking an e-cigarette. No, I'm not.
There's no smoke there. There's none. There's vapor.
Vapors are not smokers, they're vapors.
Vaping is nothing like smoking. I'm not burning out. I'm not burning anything.
This is vaping, using an electronic cigarette to produce a nicotine-rich vapor instead of burning tobacco. In the last 2 years alone, the number of people using them has trebled to over 2 million. They're legal inside most public buildings, and you can even see people vaping in offices.
This is a gateway to smoking. The truth is far from it, dear. This is blissful. This is tastier. There is no way none of us smokers who had switched to vaping are going to go back to cigarettes. There is no way in hell that's going to happen. And it's not only for us. Even non-smokers, if they pick up this and they try that traditional cigarette, this is what will happen. So it's not a gateway to smoking, it's a gateway to a healthier alternative. Vaping is marketed towards children. No way. It is not marketed towards anybody, especially not the children, not even for a non-smoker. Vaping is not easy. Yes, there is a learning curve, and there is a learning curve with everything. But this needs deliberation. It needs your heart to go into it. I have seen thousands of people who are smokers and I have tried to convince them to vaping. They couldn't. It needs a deliberation coming from inside. And it is not effortless. Even for a starter kit, you have to change the coil, you have to clean them up, you have to fill it, be careful of non-leaking. There is too much work. For the children, no way. They would rather go smoking, which we know is absolutely bad for health. Or they have a lot of other avenues to break their head upon. They would rather like to go chase the girl next door, for God's sake. But they are not going to pick up an e-cigarette. They have other things to do. But yes, that stage is an experimental stage. There will be kids who will like to experiment, but so they did with cigarettes. So they did with other things, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. But why absolutely pick up on vaping, which is saving us, actually. Vaping is as bad as smoking. There are thousands of chemicals in it.
The first thing to understand is that smoking and vaping are very different. Smoking burns tobacco to release a large dose of addictive nicotine very quickly. But nicotine's not the major problem. Alongside it comes a cocktail of around 4,000 toxic chemicals, increasing the risk of cancer, heart disease, and other serious illnesses. Electronic cigarettes heat up a cartridge of liquid to form a vapor, which can be inhaled instead of smoke. This vapor contains a nicotine hit, along with flavorings and other chemicals.
And not only me, let the doctors speak.
Based on the research that I've been provided with and the background information that I've received from SmokeStick and from the scientific literature, I can't find anything that's released in the vapor that comes out of SmokeStick when it's used that could cause disease. And in my opinion, there is no problem. If I have a smoker that tells me that they've completely switched from using tobacco products to using a nicotine-only product, whether it's Nicorette gum or a patch or a nasal spray or a lozenge or a device like an electronic cigarette such as SmokeStick, I congratulate them on having made a healthier choice, on having made a lifestyle choice that will significantly reduce their risk of heart disease, heart attack, stroke, and there's a long list of cancers and other diseases that are caused by tobacco use.
Vaping causes cancer. Duh. Cigarette causes cancer. This is what the doctors and the studies say.
No, nicotine absolutely does not cause cancer. That's been categorically proven. What causes cancer is tar. It's the burnt organic substance that's deposited in the respiratory tract when a person inhales cigarette smoke or tobacco smoke. And nicotine by itself, to the best of my knowledge, has never been proven to cause disease. If you can separate out the nicotine from the tobacco, then you remove the disease-causing elements in tobacco smoke. That's why nicotine products, many of them, are already approved by the FDA and available without a prescription. There are perhaps 4 or 5 different ways that you can purchase and use nicotine. If nicotine caused cancer by itself, I don't think the FDA would have approved it as an over-the-counter drug.
Okay, if nothing else works, nicotine is bad for health. So is coffee. So is the various medicines that the doctors suggest to you. So is stress. So is traffic. So is sound pollution. So is your environment. How many things are you going to stop? You're going to stop breathing air, right? That air is polluted in 90% of the world. This is not that bad.
Professor Peter Hayek, director of the Tobacco Dependence Research Unit at Queen Mary University of London, has been looking into e-cigarettes in detail.
I think they are unlikely. If there is a danger, it's likely to be a small fraction of the danger of smoking. A lot of people are hooked on coffee, and nicotine use would be roughly in the same category if there were no other toxic chemicals which accompany it.
But I have heard some people allege that nicotine can cause heart attacks and strokes. That has never been demonstrated in any kind of evidence-based, peer-reviewed literature. In the medical literature, you won't find anything like that. So nicotine is not what causes disease.
We can't stand near you. We'll get second-hand smoking. Smoking? Man, there is no smoke. Didn't I tell you that? It's vapor. Go and stop your teapot, your barbecue, your coffee maker. And stop going to the live shows. There are fog everywhere.
Professor Igor Burstein of the School of Public Health from Drexel University found the levels of vapor and liquid in e-cigarettes are, quote, insignificant, far below levels that would pose any health risk. Additionally, there is no health risk to bystanders. ACTIA's medical director and former smoker himself, Dr. Gilbert Ross, discusses the importance of the data and his personal victory with the use of e-cigarettes.
Some folks have expressed concern that this vapor might be toxic in a similar fashion to the way we now know that secondhand smoke. So Professor Burstein's very, very comprehensive analysis of the constituents, the chemical constituents of e-cigarette vapor, found there are no health concerns associated with the vapor. The substances that were detected in his analysis were substances that are known to be innocuous. They're not health threats.
Eventually, vaping is going to kill you. Duh. Driving your car is going to kill you. Check those guys riding high speed on their motorcycles. That's going to kill you. Overeating is going to kill you. Being a couch potato is going to kill you. I can talk at length about it. This one is going to save you. If 30 years back vaping was there, my grandparents would have been alive now.
We've taken samples of saliva, urine and breath from a range of vapors and a group of smokers. And we've done the same test to look at the risks of vaping. First, nicotine levels. We found that vapors get a similar dose of nicotine to smokers. Now for the test on the real nasties. Carbon monoxide, associated with heart disease, and acrolein, associated with cancer and lung problems. Here, the vapors had significantly lower levels, similar to those found in non-smokers.
You guys are talking bull. There is no research done on vaping. My dear, there are thousands of research done already. Though it's in a nascent stage, it is still early. But we have taken upon ourselves to do the right research and keep all the safety issues into vaping. There are plenty of reports out there. And our community has associations. There are websites. Go to CASA.org. Now here you have the facts. There are clinical research, lab reports, scientific opinions, survey studies, legal documents. There are thousands of research done and all documented here in CASA. Dr. Burstein's report, Bullens and McRobbie's report, Caponetto's, and plenty of them. Lab reports, tons of them. Survey studies. A large percentage of respondents reported to reduction in the number of cigarettes they smoked, and almost half reported abstinence from smoking for a period of time. And there are others. And finally, you are wasting your time. You can't quit by vaping. I did. You did. Many of you did. Didn't I tell you, the first drag I took for my first e-cigarette, I went cold turkey. It's about 4 years. I have never returned to smoking. The thought never occurred to me. There are plenty of cases on the forums. There are plenty of cases around the world. People who have gone cold turkey while starting vaping. If not cold turkey, they have gradually reduced. Research shows.
Like a pack a day, but then I got really into like fitness and health, and it became a huge problem because I was coughing up a lung and I couldn't do anything. So I tried gum, I tried patches, but nothing really gave me that oral fixation of smoking and the feeling of it. So I chose vaping, tried out, and I haven't smoked a single cigarette for like a year and a half now.
My best friend was still smoking, and now with the advancement of products, I'm proud to say that that friend hasn't had a cigarette in well over 3 years.
Hey, those are the 10 popular misbeliefs, wrong information which the public at large has against our vaping. This proves that we are on the right side. This is the way to go. This is what is going to save us. This is not for kids. This is not for children. This is not even for non-smokers. We don't want non-smokers to come and start vaping. It is for us who had been smoking for a long time and we were looking for an alternative. This is the one.
You smoke, how many do you smoke a day? They're still bad for you.
You okay?
I throw mine if you throw yours. Throw it on the floor, Get on as well, step on it. See what it does, smoking is bad. You're gonna stop smoking. Shake my hand, you're gonna stop. Me and you, we're gonna stop at the same time, yeah?
Yeah.
Today I'm stopping, it's my last one, no more, okay? Good luck, my friend.
Thank you, folks. Thank you for watching this video. See you till next. Bye. Remember, vaping is a healthier alternative, and we have the right to make that choice.